Good morning, all you people. Um, it's 12 a.m. over here. Hope everyone had a good day and has a good morning when you're seeing this, unless you're a night owl and you're up in the middle of the night, which I'm sure there's a couple of you out there. Anyway, today's update today was a little bit more calm, I should say. Nothing super insane happened other than obviously he had chemo. He had 3 different chemos today. The first one I think took about 15 minutes or somewhere in that time frame. And then they had 2 hours of fluids and then 2 chemos back to back, an hour each. And they started around 10. So for those of you who started praying at 8, those are pre-prayers. And those of you continue to pray all the way through noon, those are during the chemo prayers. I appreciate all of them, whatever the time. He didn't react or anything immediately to anything, which is to be expected. These particular chemos were not the kind that you'd see immediate impacts. So it's a little bit more of a waiting game to see, how he reacts to them and how things go. Right now, he's sleeping happily. He's been in a good mood pretty much all day. So hopefully that continues throughout the night so I can get some sleep. But if not, that's what I'm here for. He has 2 more chemos tomorrow, and then he'll get a break for I think 2 weeks, and then we'll start up again. So overall, we're starting his treatment. It took 2 weeks to get here, but I think it's the right treatment for him, and my plan is for it to beat the living daylights out of this tumor. So we will see. But I imagine it's going to be a game in patience for the next little bit. Talking to people, I think it's normally about 3 weeks before you really notice much stuff happening. So we'll keep an eye on him, obviously, but hopefully we start to see results soon, but if not, that's not to be unexpected. In other news, his NG tube, what they were giving feeds to him last night, they have swapped that to just using it as a way to decompress his stomach and kind of suck all the nastiness out, which is what we were doing at Phoenix Children's. Last night he had a really rough night. They ended up giving him some morphine. He wasn't doing well, and they stopped the feeds. And I think they came to the decision that was a lot of the cause. Which his night, for whatever reason, it's the nights when it happens. He's had a couple of nights where he wasn't doing well, and I think it's just like the acid buildup in his stomach. There's just not enough coming in to process it, and then there is pressure on the sphincter between the intestines and the stomach, and I think it's having a hard time getting into the intestines and processing. So they're going to be putting an NTJ in. I don't remember exactly when. I'm thinking it's tomorrow. That one, they need X-ray to guide it. He might go under anesthesia for that too. I think they did anesthesia at Phoenix Children's, so they probably will here too. And we'll start feeding directly to the intestine. So we're getting him kind of back to where he was when we got here before he pulled all the tubes out. But we also, kind of confirmed that that's the right thing to do for now. So all good. Other than that, we got permanent lodging at the Domino's house place. I'm not sure exactly what that looks like. We're hoping that there's 2 rooms and 2 beds in the 1 room for the kids. but we don't really know. So I think that's going to happen Sunday, which was one of the things we weren't really sure of, but now that I know that it's going to be, you know, a long-term thing, looks like they moved on that. Other than that, Samantha went shopping and got a bunch of stuff that we needed just to kind of make life a little bit easier. I got a few more things for over here and a bunch of stuff over at the other lodging. So we're kind of settling in. Kind of the next challenge is just getting the kids regulated. We're pretty structured at home, and obviously this whole thing has been anything but structured. So kind of getting into that rhythm is going to be, I think, the next challenge, just to make everything a little bit easier down the road. So we'll see how that goes. That's pretty much it. Appreciate all the support. Hope everyone has a good day tomorrow. I don't expect anything really to happen tomorrow other than he sleeps good and, you know, opens his eyes some and we hang out a little bit. I'll do a short update probably tomorrow. I know I keep saying short updates. This one's 6.5 minutes long. But yeah, I'll be in touch. All right. You guys have a good night. Talk to you later.